Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. If you get a chance, please like and subscribe. And what we'll be doing here is probably a lot of stuff just around the ranch. Here in Texas, we suffer from temperature extremes, wild weather, tornadoes, ice storms, sometimes, rarely, sometimes. And a lot of rain, sometimes drought. So we get a lot of different weather. Anyway, the effects on some of our equipment is usually not good. And what I'm working on today is this little side-by-side that I'm sitting in here. Let me turn so you can see. This is a little Hisun Sector 550. As you can see, I got the ignition all torn apart. I did that yesterday. What happened was we had a thunderstorm roll through here, and that thunderstorm was getting pretty close, so I had been mowing, and I've got the mower in front of the side-by-side. So had to get the side-by-side back in, and the key would not turn. It was totally frozen. So fortunately had all the tools out here that I needed. I took the ignition apart and was able to swing it down, and you can see all over this dashboard there's all kinds of dust in here, and that happens from a lot of the wild weather. Anyway, this thing's covered with dirt, and once I got it down, knocked some of the dirt out of it, it started right up. So what I'd like to do today is lubricate it really well. Now, initially, I lubricated it with some graphite powder, and squirt this in your locks, and usually it'll keep your locks working for a while. However, internal dirt, internal dust, rust, moisture can mess with that. So the other thing that I use on locks is Gibbs. Gibbs is $16 a can, so I use it sparingly. But I use it on my firearms. I use it on locks, especially the outside locks. And surprisingly enough, these locks keep working for a long time, even outside. I have locks on my sheds, on my gates, and Gibbs actually recovered a couple of locks that were here from the previous owner that were totally frozen up with rust, and sprayed them with Gibbs, let them sit for a little while, and they freed right up. So that was nice. That helped. So what I hope to do is spray this in this lock, let it drain out, get some of the crud out of there, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, watch. Now the key won't come out. Okay, so that's out. Sorry about that. I tapped the screen with my Gibbs and shut the camera. So get that in there real good. Hopefully I won't electrocute myself on the in the process. Okay. Let's see what's coming out of there. Holy moly, look at that. Yeah, that's not good. So, not that these lock assemblies are very expensive. They're only about 30-40 bucks. But if I can fix them without replacing them, then it's 30 or 40 bucks I can spend on something else. So, and that's kind of the way I look at this channel. Is helps me, helps you. Helps us all. Yeah, look at that. That's part of it too, so we'll hit that with a little stuff too. Okay, that seems to all be freed up now quite nicely. So, now if you're going to be working on Hisun 550, what you're going to need before you really do anything is a set of Allen wrenches. And I got this set fairly cheap. That works very well, and because everything goes together with Allen screws. So anyway, let me put that back together, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Be back. Well, here we are. It's all back together now. As you can see, well, I had to replace a couple of screws. They were corroded, so I put in a little bit bigger Phillips head screws. I hate slotted screws. Anyway, but it looks much better now, and it works pretty well. Now, only two things have been wrong with this. Two things have been wrong with this side-by-side since I got it. A fouled plug and worn out plug. So this last year, after being in storage for a couple of months during the winter, it wouldn't start. It wouldn't continue to run, so I pulled the plug out, cleaned the plug off. It's been running ever since, so that's a good sign. Also, when I first got it, I noticed that this side-by-side didn't have a fuel filter in it. So I went in, found the fuel line, put in one of those small fuel filters that you can get from O'Reilly or AutoZone, someplace like that, and put it in line. It's been fine ever since. So I changed that earlier this year, and so it'll keep it running. Anyway, so I think we're ready to start it up and see how it works. There we go. So that was a pretty simple fix, but I was really glad to get it undercover before a thunderhead started rolling in. And actually, I don't know if you can see a big old thunderhead forming out here today. Anyway, so but that's Texas. Gotta love the weather in Texas. Anyway, here we are. Appreciate you. Thanks for checking in, and we'll talk to you later.